Hello, everyone. Today we have a comedy guest, Vicky Iobera. Is that right?
That is right. That's not how I pronounce it. You pronounced it the correct way.
Okay, I did the research.
Yeah.
So, hi Vicky, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad, pal. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad too. Still kind of we all live in this, in this COVID fear that, not trying to not to catch the virus. However,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
obviously, I always try to avoid the pandemic, or subject, but as you can see, I failed. My
Straight
first,
away.
the first, yeah, my first, word coming out of my mouth was COVID. So
Yeah.
we can't really avoid it, So yeah, I mean, can you maybe introduce yourself, about what do you do in comedy? How long have you been doing comedy?
Well, yeah, I'm quite new to comedy, to be fair. I've only actually really started really pushing at it this
Mhm.
year, which is obviously probably the worst time to start pushing at a comedy career during a
Well,
pandemic. But yeah, no, I did a couple of gigs, so to speak, a few years ago, and then life got in the way, so I just started pushing at it again this year, and it seems to be going all right. So just a
yeah.
newbie, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, it could be, it could be a good experience. I am not a comedian per se because I don't really perform. However, I used to perform. I actually I am an ex-comedian.
Okay.
However, it's not because of COVID. It's like I just kind of changed my plans. It was like
Yeah,
2019. I kind of felt like, I mean, one of the reasons was probably not because I realized I'm crap. It's just because I just feel like there's so much like not even competition. It's just all but it's like there's so many like good people, like I mean great
yeah,
comedians, and actually it's a hard work to actually like to to make it
of
in the comedy.
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
at the same time, it's fun, like performing. Like I'm not saying no. Like obviously, COVID, that's another story. Like killed many careers,
Yeah, yeah.
comedy careers. But I am like very like tempted to like perform just for fun. Obviously that's how it is in your case. Is that like you are like very serious about, like you want to make it, or you just kind
Um,
of having fun?
I think whatever happens, happens. I mean, I've got a degree in performing arts,
Mm.
and I always wanted to act actually, and then obviously I haven't done that, and I just thought I'd give comedy a go. As I've gotten older, it sounds quite not poetic, but it's like, oh, as I've got
Yeah.
older, I'm like, I don't want to be fake and be play a different character. I want to go on stage and be myself. That sounds really, you know what I mean? That sounds proper rubbish. But
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but yeah, that's why I've gone into comedy. And as I say, it seems to be going all right. I'm really enjoying it. If something comes of it, then so be it. But obviously, being in the circumstances I'm in with my son, etc., I'm not going to be able to gig as much as I may like to, and
Yeah.
that's what it is. Not unfortunately, but that's just
Well, yeah,
the way
yeah,
it is.
that's how it is. Yeah, 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 yeah. Obviously, it happens to many comedians, let's say, who are thinking, who want to like do comedy full time. I mean,
Yeah,
well, I said it happens, but that's like they have families and that they have to like actually juggle, in between
that's it. Yeah,
things. It's not easy. I know. I'm not. I don't have kids, but I know from like my family perspective, it's not like my sister's perspective, for example. It's not easy to like have time for yourself and have children and at the same time. So
no,
I'm sure
yeah,
I can imagine trying to be a comedian and and be a mother, a good mother.
yeah.
It's probably very not very easy. However, when I watched your YouTube like performances, I mean on YouTube, I actually had the feeling that you are experienced performer.
Well, well, that's what seems to be coming across. Like, without blowing my own trumpet, that's what a lot of people have said to me, and I sort of go, oh, I think I'm just winging it.
I see.
The anxiety is there, the nerves are there, but obviously once I get up on the stage, it's a totally different feeling. But then I'm back hyperventilating, so but I seem to be doing all right, as I say, and I appreciate that because I don't have the confidence in myself that maybe other people do. So it's good. It's a good journey to be going on at the moment, definitely.
Yeah, and you, like I said, you seem to have your like material quite like good material in a way of. I mean, I'm not saying you have good jokes. No, I'm just. No, but what I mean is, you have this like very, let's say, tight material, which means you actually not struggling to, let's say, with your material. Basically, it looks very polished and slick,
Oh wow, yeah. Well, no,
So
I appreciate that. Again, I'm not very good at taking compliments,
I
so
see.
I'm like, okay, thank you.
But so I thought like oh, this she's like she's like, maybe she's a pro, like she just had a like very a polished material, and it's like but if when you starting, I think you're in a good place. So I think
brilliant. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. I've what, when I watch this your videos on YouTube, I mean comedy videos on YouTube.
You haven't found my other videos, have you?
No. Just comedy, just for the record. So the ones you've done for the Zoom comedy, Zoom event. I mean, they were a bit weird, actually. You probably agree with me, because there was no audience, right?
Yeah, it was a very unique experience because there was audience there some nights, obviously not very many, but a lot of them just stayed on mute. So you're just kind of performing to your laptop, and it was a very strange experience, but it was bizarre not getting the immediate response from the audience that you do get in a club or a performance.
It sounded like it sounded like a speech, not like a comedy. Set. It's like a speech with with some funny elements. But it just didn't sound like it only shows how, like, I don't know, but I mean, I get that, like, performers they have to they kind of try to do anything during pandemic to kind of to carry on, but I always thought that Zoom comedy is a bit pathetic, like Zoom comedy or like online comedy, because it's like, if you watch it, it's like, even like there are people who actually watch it online, it's not right. It's
definitely not the same vibe. It's definitely not.
It's like you just kind of perform it, and the other people, like, they pretending they laugh because it's a Zoom. It's like, I don't know. I just don't really get it. Obviously, I know pandemic made comedians, like, if you perform on daily basis, and then suddenly you have to stay home for next year, the whole year. You can't really leave your house or perform. It must be hard, like, for performers, for people who perform. Like, it must be very hard. How did you deal with the pandemic? I mean, as a performer.
Well, as I say, because I've only just really started getting back into the performance side of things in the last 6 to 8 months, it wasn't. I didn't struggle with it half as much as obviously a lot of other comedians and actors, etc., did. I'm self-employed anyway in my day job, so to speak. Okay. So I was unemployed for a long period during the lockdown, and it's just been an experience. It's something to write about, isn't it? It's sort of just been twiddling my thumbs and hoping that we're out of it soon.
Yeah. So in your case, it probably was opposite, like, because many comedians, because of the COVID, they kind of decided to go, different direction.
Yeah.
thinking, oh, you know what, it's not gonna work. Like, I'm just going to stick to like Amazon job or whatever, you know, like,
Yeah.
and let's forget about comedy because like it's not possible. But in your case, it looks like the lockdowns actually like helped you to
I've gone,
reinvent
yeah,
yourself
let's do it. Yeah.
and find your inner
Yeah.
voice. Like you it looks like you took all of the, you know, all of the dropouts energy from people who
Yeah.
actually drop out the comedy. You just gathered it like spiritually and
Yeah.
actually like reborn as a comedian. Is that like
Actually,
right?
yeah, I'd say so. As I say, it's something that I've been thinking of doing for a while, and I thought, like, I've got to do it now. Yeah, now or never kind of thing. And yeah, it's been good for me, as you say, with some people dropping out and stuff like that. I just seem to have hit the ground, and I'm sort of in it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I quite enjoy this. I didn't expect it to even last this long, and I've only been going 6 months.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And if you know, now how you feel now about you know, coming back to well, I would say normal. You can't see that, but I do this fingers thing. They say normal with the, you know,
The
with
little bunny
it's,
ears,
it's not
normal.
normal. Yeah. Coming back to normal. How do you feel about like performing? Like, I guess it must be like very exciting time for you, like as a performer, because you just like everything is going back. You're like, hang on a second, I've been doing this Zoom comedy, I've been still enjoying it, but now I can actually like, it's like, you know, it's like just like open door to many
Yeah.
places. It's like I feel you must feel very good with that. Like, you know, you can now perform live.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I did my first live performance in 3 years last week,
Oh
and
wow.
it was terrifying. Don't get me wrong, because it was. But once I did it, I was like, oh, there we go. You know what I mean? It's like that's what I've been missing for the last God knows how many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, and hopefully, as things do open up again, I will get the chance to go and perform more and more gigs in the Northwest and possibly beyond. It just depends on what happens, what Boris gets up to next. So
Well, yeah, it's all in hands all in hands in one person.
yeah,
If, I mean, honestly, it's really hard to not to talk about the, you know, the all of the pandemic because I mean, it's, I don't know, because I still I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be the guy who what do you call it, devil's advocate.
right, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I don't want to be the guy who, you know, who like spoils everything for everyone, but I really think that it's very possible that in winter or autumn, winter, we are going to go back to, I'm sorry, I hate saying that, saying that word.
Oh no, don't say it. No.
Yeah, I know. That's what people say. Like, oh, come on, this is impossible. Like, I mean, I don't know, but it's not. It looks like it's not going away. You know.
It's never going to go away. I don't think it's a virus that is going to stay with us, I think, and yeah, I just think we have to. I sound like one of them conspiracists, but I think we just have to learn to live with it, really. And I think that's
Yeah.
my view on it, without getting too much into it.
Yeah.
Rant about it all day, right?
Yeah,
But I won't.
let's not try to wrap
No.
around this
No.
this subject because you know, you never know, you know, with this virus, this virus is very, let's say, intelligent. You know, you never know
Yeah,
what
of
happens.
course. Yeah,
If
yeah.
you if you say COVID like 100 times or 1,000 times, maybe COVID actually gets you. You never know. It's, you know,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
COVID
it,
is
exactly.
somewhere
Yeah.
on Skype or somewhere in, you know, in a Wi-Fi. You never know. Like, so
No.
let's try to avoid. I always try to avoid to kind of avoid it in a way of, because even for people who are listening, you know, they think, okay, I want to listen to, you know, to the conversation between comedian and an idiot, which means me now. But you know, it's like and they want to kind of forget about, you know, they want to have
Of
like,
course, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
and then oh, let's talk about pandemic, you know, again. So it's like, you know, it's but at the same time it's very irrelevant. So, you know, it's like you can't, you would be a hypocrite if you
Well,
kind
yeah,
of
elephant in the room that you try and ignore, but it's
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Especially
It's,
if we're talking about like performing, it's not really, it's not. So what about the question I've asked you before on Facebook? Uh, do you think flies can bite? Is that what you're trying
to be fair,
to
I
say?
did. When you said that, I was like, I don't know if he's taking the mick out of me or not. I
Because
thought they could, but obviously you
yeah,
probably know better. I'm not the most intelligent person in the world. I did get bitten by a horsefly though, so that's why I was very annoyed whilst I was
yeah.
out at work this morning. So
Oh, okay. But I thought you are talking about the, the itching tattoo, not the tattoo, not.
well, yeah, well, the itching tattoo, and then I actually did get bitten by a fly this morning, so I was very upset.
Wow,
The
wow.
tattoo
Okay.
is very itchy at the moment.
Oh, that makes sense now. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, no, sorry.
No, I wasn't like taking Mickey because I didn't know you got bitten by by horsefly. However, to me, I'm originally from Poland, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, I lived in here for quite a long time. But like for me, like fly, it's a fly like a kitchen fly. I mean, kitchen like house fly.
All
Like
right. Yeah. Yeah.
like just a fly. But like you said, horsefly is a different thing. Like horsefly they can actually bite you or sting you or sting you or probably bite you as well. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that was very weird digression. Sorry about that. Yeah.
So,
So. What are you? I mean, what are you planning to do now? Do you have any gigs lined up or
well, I somehow got through to the semi-finals of the So You Think You're Funny
Oh
competition.
yeah.
So that's in a couple of. That's my heat will be on the 12th or 13th of August. I'd have to check out. And I'm sort of gobsmacked by that because that's quite a highly held stand-up competition.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
And it's just been on Zoom so far. The next gig will be on Zoom again.
I
Then
see.
if I get through to the final, then it's in the flesh, hopefully,
Oh
up in
wow.
Edinburgh.
Okay.
So fingers crossed. And then yeah, I'm just sort of plodding along. I've not got much booked. I've got a couple of things possibly in Manchester, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm at the moment. I'm probably just focusing on the So You Think You're Funny and see how that goes, and then from there on, then continue with the trying to get as many gigs as I can.
So are you based in Manchester then?
I live in
uh,
Lancaster,
okay. So
so I'm
that's
just about an hour north of Manchester. Yeah.
that's what about, let's say, London? Like are you aiming for like performing in London?
I'd love it. I've
Is
got a
it
few.
something?
I've got.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry, you go.
No, I mean, is it something like you are like looking forward to, or you just kind of try sticking to like your local?
At the moment, I'd probably say I'm sticking to local. I do have a friend who runs sort of a comedy night or two in London, so I do have the option there. But it's just the technicalities of getting childcare and getting dog care.
Yeah.
I've got a dog as well. It's like,
Oh, wow. Okay, so
so
yeah, I can see now you are a multitasker.
oh, of course, yeah.
Well, it's a dog.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the world is my oyster, but it depends on how much I push for it, really. And it's just, I am going to do it. I've already. It's one of them. I've got a tattoo dedicated to stand-up comedy, so I need to do it. So.
Oh yeah. I actually forgot to ask you about the tattoo. Yeah. It's a fresh one.
I've got my fresh one on my right wrist, which it's got like I can't remember what you call it, but it says believe, and it's got the semicolon as the I, which is sort of a nod to the mental health side
Okay.
of
I mean,
things.
I've seen that on Facebook, but obviously we on Facebook, but obviously we want to tell describe to people who are not on Facebook or who are like visually impaired.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
so it's just belief, right?
yeah, it just literally says believe. It's got purple and blue in the background, sort of splodges. And yeah, it says believe, and it's got the semicolon, which is for the mental health side of things because I'm quite passionate about
Okay.
mental health issues.
Okay.
I've got seven tattoos now, but
Damn,
and
7 tattoos.
yeah, I need another one already.
What? Wait. This is something I need to to ask about, because are you actually tattoo addict?
Possibly.
Possibly.
I've got quite an addictive personality, so once I'm like, ooh, I like that, and then I'll carry on.
But what is exciting about that? I don't have any tattoos, but you never know. Maybe you can convince me to get that. No, I'm joking. But what is exciting about tattoos? Like,
I don't know, to be fair. I like all my tattoos have got meaning to me, maybe apart from one. And I like the idea of just having a bit of art to show people what you're about, to express yourself through art.
Okay.
Body sound proper pretentious.
Okay, I see. It's just like something you want to, let's say, there's something you want to like you want to manifest, I
Yeah,
guess.
yes,
Like
that makes sense. Yeah.
But if you said that you have the one regarding the comedy, like what's the comedy one? The one
The
you
comedy one, it's on my left arm. It's
yeah.
very brightly coloured. There's it's an old style microphone. I don't know how best to describe it, but it's an old
Mm-hmm.
style microphone, and across the front of it, it's got like a banner going across, and it says "Live life laughing."
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I absolutely love it, and it's bright and it's colourful, and people spot it now. I did. I don't condone this, but I did get it during lockdown. It's very naughty, but yeah.
Well, now you can say that now. I think now it doesn't matter.
Can't tell on me. Yeah, it's done. So, but yeah, I got that in January, and I think it's one of them. It does push me to actually keep doing it because, as I say, I do tend to sort of flop about with what I actually want to do. So I'm like, right, I've got a tattoo now. I can't change my mind. I can't get it rubbed off or anything. So I need to focus on it now. So
do you consider because I guess some of your tattoos are actually like visible, right? Because they are on like your wrists, on your arms, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
So do you consider like expanding your tattoo collection on your body? To the point, like, I mean, what like do you actually have limits? Like is it what's stopping you? Like money, or like the common sense, or like or like
all of the above. Yeah, money.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I mean, I love tattoos and I love seeing people who are covered in them. However, personally, I wouldn't get absolutely drowned in tattoos. I do want another one on my right arm just to make me symmetrical, because I've got like 3 on my right arm. So,
I see.
So
it's like, yeah, in your mind, I guess you're like, oh wait, this is actually a bit heavy. This side is a bit heavier now, or like
yeah, exactly. It's like my left arm's
yeah.
hanging down a bit lower than my right.
That's a nice way of seeing that. Vicky, can you try to adjust a bit your microphone? Just maybe?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's
Is that
fine.
better?
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's just like just to make sure is the reception is good. It's great. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. It's okay now. Yeah, but I mean, can you tell me a bit more about this? The contest you taking part. The one you got into.
Yeah. So you think you're funny? It's a nationwide comedian competition. It's been running, I believe, since the early 90s. A lot of famous comedians have come through the competition, whether they won or not. And I discovered it only in December of last year. I applied for it in January. The first performance was in May.
This is online performance, yeah.
Yeah, online on Zoom. Yeah. And I think about 200 to 300 people who actually performed, and they've picked between 40 and 50 people, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, wow.
Semi-finals. So I'm just gobsmacked because it has got a great alumni.
Yeah, I mean, as for someone who's just starting off, honestly, that's a great success. Again, I'm not complimenting you. It's facts.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
That's a great success because like again, people are trying to like people perform long time, and they it's not really easy to actually achieve anything. But in this established contest, I think that's amazing. That's a great start.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just happy to sort of be there. Really, I'm just like, yeah, great. Anything else is a bonus now for me with this competition. So
yeah,
definitely.
So can you describe for your I mean not fans, because fans know your know your material, but like for people like who listening maybe, or like see your name on the poster somewhere on a billboard.
Yeah.
Can you describe like what kind of comedy you do, like what they can expect?
Personally, I tend to do a lot of observational comedy. A lot of it's predominantly about my life, about my son, and just about the quirky way I see the world. Really, I tend to just whatever I think tends to just come out of my mouth, and just go with it and see what happens.
Simple as that. Just
your
thoughts on
but
life.
yeah, a lot of it, I've like comedians who I've really admired have been people like Lee Evans and Kevin Hart and stuff. So I like their animation, like Michael Mack, like the animation and the just random stories. So yeah, and I talk about my son a lot because as much as I love him, he does give me a lot of my comedy material because he's a bit of a dweeb. So, so I always have to put a disclaimer saying I do love my son. However,
well, I mean, well, I think that's a good way of like good source of of material, because this is like material from your life. It's not like it's not like taken from some it's like imagination or like some irrelevant stuff. If you actually base your material on your real life, then I think it could be actually tangible and could be relatable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it.
So it's and do you are you like safe comedian? I mean, safe in a way like of material, or do you ever wanted to be a bit like what do you call it?
Controversial.
Slightly controversial. Or what's your thought on that? Like,
I don't mind a bit of controversy, but obviously, again, as a newbie, I sort of try to not play it safe, but there are certain topics that I will stay away from at the moment. But I did do a joke the other day that implied that a member of my family was a sexual predator. Sorry.
That's what I wanted to hear. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I sort of do try and push the bar every now and again, but I don't aim to offend. I don't aim to upset people. I just sort of test the waters a little bit, really. I don't want to upset anyone.
Okay. You're testing the water, and then if you see it's okay, maybe you can push boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
But I get what you mean. Like, obviously, there's some people who actually, they think when you are offensive or controversial, you can make it easier. At the same time, there's many comedians who are actually not offensive, and they doing pretty well. So
I don't
think, it's this is your style, and this is your choice. Okay, so let's try to wrap up, and maybe I don't know. I will already ask you about your like future plans, like your gigs and stuff. But I don't know. I don't want to ask you the interview question, the boring question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Because This is I hate this such question because I can't see myself tomorrow, but
No, that's it. Yeah.
you won't see yourself out there. But how, let's say, what is your plan for, let's say, for expanding are you trying to like write new material, or are you trying to, let's say, make more contacts, or like how, maybe let's focus on material. Like, are you like writing something new, or do you have a plan for like a bigger show or something like that?
Yeah, I'm always thinking up ideas. I've got a little dictaphone on my phone, so I can be out working, or I can be somewhere and I'll be like, oh, I have to record this before I
Yeah,
forget.
yeah. I used to do the same. I used to do the same because it's very, very handy. I
It
think
is. It's really good.
even like famous, established comedians, even writers and musicians, they do the same thing because it's there, and then you can forget it, and then it's gone. So I think that's a good idea. And yeah, and you are you thinking about like putting it in something bigger show, like like bigger show, let's say next year or something like
Yeah,
half an
the
hour, 1 hour.
ideas are there to like maybe try and perform, like, because at the moment I've I've got about 10-15 minutes of material, but that's
Okay,
because
that's not bad.
um
That's not bad. I've been struggling to have 3 minutes time.
yeah.
So 10, 15.
It's just nice to have my creative side come back.
Yeah, I see.
So yeah, I'm like, right, I'm always trying to write, I'm always trying to make contacts. I'm probably I just hope I'm actually still doing this, doing comedy, maybe doing acting, maybe, just getting back into what I've wanted to do for a long time, really, and just see how it goes. See if I can get to Edinburgh at some point.
Yeah, that would be
Just see
nice.
what happens, really, and just keep plodding along and pushing at it.
Yeah, nice. What would be? I'll put you on a spotlight before we go. I'll put you on a spotlight. What would be the name, the title of your show, if you have one? What would be like? What do you think? Like working title? I know this is very unexpected question, probably.
So something random like, what am I doing?
What am I doing here?
What am I doing? What's going on? Yeah.
what the hell is going on?
Where am I? Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. However, it has to be probably worked over. But no, I mean, I asked that because from the like working title you actually gave us, it actually also we can see the like your style, like
yes,
the title actually always sometimes it can like give you hint of like what comedian is all about. So Johan is like way
yeah, I'm here. Woo! Yeah.
no so okay then, so Vicky, I think I will thank you for your time, and and it was fun talking to you. I think again, yeah, it was great, and like I said, I see potential in you. Well, I'm not Simon Cowell, I'm not. But I wish you all the best, and hopefully we can
Thank you very much.
Stay in touch, and and maybe
Yeah, definitely.
good luck in your so you think you're funny competition as well, and and yeah, I'll keep you updated on the podcast.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Vicky, and have a good day.
Thank you. All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.